Y'all gotta know in life it ain't happening to you, it's happening for you. Y'all, it's a lazy Sunday. I'm gonna be right here until it's dinner time. But anyways, everything that's happening is happening for you. And I've came a long ways in this situation understanding that because I always felt like, why is this here happening to me? What did I do to deserve the things that I get? But everything now in hindsight that I see that then took place in my life, it was building and molding me for the woman that I need to be today. Because let me tell you, like in my job that I got now, first of all, I walked away from my job September the 23rd, 5th of last year. I walked completely away. It was so hard for me at this job all the time. And my job wasn't hard at all. I'm going to put that out there. I moved the office. So, in other words, I was in control of whatever come in and whatever leave out. That was my role. And I realized that in that role, I needed to I needed a role like that in my life, but to be respected and appreciated in that role. So any customer service job, give it to me. I run it like it's mine. Any hospitality job, like right now I want to go do bartending so bad. I got my license and everything to do it. I just ain't never executed. But that's what I want to do because that's an industry that I'm going to keep on making money. I'm going to keep on rolling it in. I'm going to keep on getting it because I know how to treat people. I know how to talk to people. I'm kind to others. I understand others. I have empathy, sympathy for other people. I got it all to do what I have to do in situations that I've been in. But I learned all these things from 2 years for sitting in that office. And at first, it was so much on my mental. I used to come home crying to my husband, say, it's too much. I got to interact with all these people all day long. I don't know what to do. It was too much for me. But God, every day, He made me stronger and stronger. Every day I read more. I talked to God more. God, why am I feeling like this? What do I need to do about this? And every day He molded me into a better person till one day, it was like a month or so in. One day I got up and I was like, I put my armor on. I went in and I was able to allow people to speak to me because everybody opening up to me. Everybody open up to me about what's going on with them. I ain't got to ask. They see something within me and they want to speak to me about whatever it is that's going on within them. And I was always willing and able because I always know that once somebody is heard, they can start healing. I always want to hear people out. I always wanted to hear people out so they can get it out. And the first thing people tell me, that's why I told y'all before, that's my golden ticket. I ain't never told nobody that before. Open quote. I ain't never told nobody that before. Close quote. I always heard it from people. They tell me those things. And when they start to say those things, that's when they start to spill it out on me. But anyways, I knew that then that God was able to allow me to hear people out and not take on their problems. That was one lesson I learned. That was the lesson I needed. You know how you somewhere and you like, what is this here to teach me? Why am I going through this? One lesson I learned that I needed to carry my life out right now is to hear people out without taking on their problems. And when I learned that, boy, I can talk to people all day long and I still got energy when I get home. God put me right there to build me up to be what I needed to be. And in that situation, once I built myself up back in 2024, I created this woman event. I was able to get in front of a group of women, I think it was 16 of us, open up about myself. It was called From Broken to Whole Again. And somebody had asked me at the event, what is this here to teach me? Or what is this for? And it was for somebody that was so broken, and they built themselves back up to become whole again. That was the main uh, reason for the event. And when I became whole again, I wanted to share with other women that I felt like could benefit from it. And when my husband built me that podium, I was supposed to have a friend that was supposed to allow me to use her building, but she stopped talking to me and stopped answering her phone like 2 days before. But see, I already know people. So I ordered a 30 by 16 tent to put out in my backyard. Me and my husband put that tent up. We got rented some table and chairs. We put those chairs and stuff up. I made it nice and neat. I made an arrow for my yard. I got an empty lot next door to me, and I made an arrow for that point, all parking over there. It was $5 to get in. I had food, I had drinks, I had music, I had a vibe. I had fire. We burned. We wrote down the things that we let go that night. We burned it, and it was a vibe for me. But I said all that to say this. I had ordered me some little microphones with a speaker to speak so everybody can introduce themselves and say who they are, what they is, they got kids, where they work, whatever the case may be. And we just was up there talking about the things that we overcame. We laughed, we cried. It was some things that we learned about each other that we never knew. It was some heartfelt things. It was some heartbroken things. It was some things that allowed me to hear and carry out on to something better. But I said all that to say this. God provided me a space where I can hear people out and not take on their problems. And I was able to get a whole lot of women together. Not a whole lot, but 17 women. And I was able to get in front of a podium that my husband special built me, because I always wanted to talk in front of a podium. That's always been my thing. He made it for me. I got up there and it was great for me. This time around, I know it could be better. But I did that to see if I can do it, because I prepared myself. People don't know the things you go through and the things that you do to become the person that you are. But I prepared myself for something bigger, something that's coming up, something that's going to, get me to the next point in my life. But I did that on account of myself. I didn't try to blow up. I didn't try to go big. I didn't try to do nothing. Only thing I wanted to do is prove to myself that I can do it. And I did it. I got it up. I didn't have no help from nobody. Me and my husband. We made that tent up. We put it back there. We cleaned up everything, made it super nice. We cooked food. We had drinks. It was just finger food, but hey, it is what it is. I bought little gifts, little notebooks, little small notebooks with pens for gifts. I ain't got much money, but I did what I did to make it do what it do. All I'm saying is I was wanting to see if I can do this. And when I was able to do that, I'm like, wow, I got the ability to do anything I want to do. Anything I want to do. Because that was just a thought. Like, oh, let me get some women together. And since I became a better person, I became whole again from all my brokenness that I went through. I want to gather other women and tell them how it feels to be bigger again, whole again. And I was able to do that all because of the job that I took. I took the job for a medical position in the back. But I wound up at the front desk because when she found out my energy and my personality, she wanted to use me at her front desk. Because everybody that came in was welcome. And all the people that know me and the people that I had one patient that come from that doctor's office to there. It was a few more that was supposed to come, but they didn't show. I think I had like 19 or 20 people on the list, and 17 people showed up out of that. And I was okay with that. If one person would have showed up, would have been okay for me. All I wanted to do is see if I could orchestrate an idea that I had in my head and put it out there, and I did it. And I was that much proud of myself. But I wanted to say that, you got to stop asking, why is this happening to me? And say, what is this here to teach me? And it taught me that, You could do anything you want to put your mind to. All you got to do is put your mind to it. And I just really want to bring that message to somebody out there that don't think they